Welcome to Leadapreneur.
Hey guys, welcome to the Leadapreneur podcast. Very happy to be here with this great guy. So this is Ivan.
Hi.
And this is Jan. And we are from Leadapreneur. Right, so Ivan, let me begin with you first. Tell me, what's your favorite movie?
It's The Lord of the Rings. It's an absolute fantastic movie. And there's a lot of really, really good elements there where it resonated with me. And it explains to why it's just my top movie.
Okay. Jan, what's yours?
GoldenEye, Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, first appearance.
When was that released?
Last millennium, actually. No, I think it was like in the 90s. Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I did. Pierce Brosnan turns up, jumps off a damn grapple hook, and then it became the Nintendo 64 game GoldenEye, which, if you know, you know, that's just an epic game. And yeah, no one. Daniel Craig's pretty good, but Pierce Brosnan is my go-to James Bond and top movie. What about you, Hanaa? What's your favorite movie?
I think mine would be the Harry Potter series. Because it was in my time and then I had great fun watching it. And until today, I can just go on and rewatch from time to time again. So yeah. But also love Lord of the Rings, which I discovered recently. I think the last 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
And then I started watching The Hobbit, the whole thing.
Nice.
Okay, so what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is actually the horse. The reason behind it is because you usually tend to see videos and images of horses running around the field, across the wide open. So there's a sense of freedom to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. He's giving great answers.
Yeah, he's great. Horses are great. I have 2 cats. I'm a meow meow lover. I call them meow meows because
I think there's a website called meowmeow.com.
They're just characters in their own right. Calling it a cat, kind of like with meow meow is meow meow. It's like,
Yeah.
And when you have 2 meow meows, it's like there's Schrodinger's cat and there's Schrodinger's cats. You're like, where are both cats at the same time? You never know.
But tell me, how fun is it cleaning the dirt from time to time? Because I heard recently that you're earning to clean the...
I earn money to pay for my cat's poops and pee escapades. So, it's just part of the duty of being a parent, I think. So, but no, it's okay. It's pretty good. I think they get a bit upset, actually, because I was away a lot in the last month for Christmas. And so I've noticed that they're very emotional. They get very anxious when I go away, and they struggle through that. Of course, we had someone checking on, looking after them. But, there is a whole... It's like leaving a child, right? The child will miss its parents, right? And it has an impact. It's not zero impact. It's not like, I don't think my fish miss me. I do have some fish, but I don't think it's quite the same thing.
I chuckle all the time when pet owners say their parents. I'm like, get through your kids and then come back to me. And then you say...
Well, it is a commitment to take care of pets.
Yes. And I think I'm cleaning up poop and pee, so, it's part of the parenting duty there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the future. You know what you... Let's see. Okay, let's go to vacation. What's your dream destination, your favorite place?
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora.
I believe you have been there before, right? Yeah?
Fiji. I went to Fiji. Yes. But I know that the team are keen to go to Bora Bora. Why? I don't understand, but okay, we'll have to find.
It's so nice you say it twice. Bora Bora.
Have you been there? You want to go there?
I imagine I've been there.
Okay, imagine. Great imagination.
Well, if we get things sorted out, we hit our objectives, you never know. We'll be having a podcast over in Bora Bora.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, right? Yes. Yeah.
All right, and what's yours?
I would love to go to the Antarctic.
The Antarctic.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can do Antarctic cruises. So you cruise, so you're on a cruise ship,
nice.
but it's kind of more like a National Geographic kind of explorer ship, kind of. So that looks fantastic to explore such a alien landscape. The ice, see the penguins, the cold. It's just such a different reality. I got to see a lot of the world now, so I want something that's truly different, and that's something I haven't had a chance to experience. So I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Interesting. I'm trying to think, do people even do it? Maybe they do.
Yes, they do. They do. Yes.
Interesting.
It's one of the new frontiers of tourism. Yes.
Okay. You don't want to go to space?
Yeah, I just think they need some more testing on that one. Bring the price down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Figure some things out. I'll be joining later. Yeah.
I've been trying to think of a vacation. I don't know. I think Mauritius, because I'm just from there and I know it's just lovely to be there. And I challenge you, Bora Bora compared to Mauritius. I think you guys enjoy Mauritius more. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so Ivan, you've been with us recently, Leadapreneur. So what inspires you to be with us?
I think that one thing that comes to my head when you ask the question is that I personally want to make a difference within the marketplace itself. And part of the reason is because when you experience uncertainties within your career wise, and when you experience challenges, you get to know that, there's certain elements of learning and lifelong kind of upskilling that's essentially required for us to take up and to continuously move forward with in order to progress. And in terms of uncertainty right now, what we are facing, right? A lot of us in the career space, we kind of actually like have no idea how to go about. Kind of stuck. We're thinking whether should we take the next role, should we take the next leap of faith. So all of this causes a lot of confusion. So this is where on what Leadapreneur stands for is essentially kind of provides the avenue for people to dare to be great, dare to be bold, and dare to actually move forward in terms of, let's just embrace the challenges, let's just adapt to it, and this is how we're going to go about through a journey of exceptional learning and also at the same time doing it. So that is why I actually joined you guys. You guys are fantastic. You guys are making a difference, and I want to be part of this venture.
Right, fantastic. Important there.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're the creator behind this campaign of daring to be great.
Yes.
So what motivated you? What drove you towards this?
It was just this sort of frustration at what I perceive as stagnation. My passion is to see the human spirit shine. I think people can do amazing things. Yes, we can do terrible things too, but the humans are able to do such great things. And never have we been at a time when we have more technology, we have more knowledge, we have more money, we have more resources than ever before at any human point in human history. And yet often today we feel more stuck and stagnant than ever before. And I think one of the challenges in the approach to education today is it only offers incremental growth. And so what you were speaking to, Ivan, if you want to 10x growth, you need to create a 10x challenge. Because you can only grow as a function of how big the challenge is. The greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity to grow. And I think ironically, one of the challenges in education today is it's not challenging enough. It's often attend and get a certificate for participation. But you haven't really, where's the greatness? Where's the challenge? And we often sometimes find that we're seeking education mechanisms that are easier. What's the easiest way to get the certificate? And that's just, the result of that is going to make you, in my opinion, weak because you're not taking on a tough challenge. And what I wanted to do with the Dare to Be Great campaign is awaken that spirit inside of you where the whole point is to find the difficult thing, right? JFK very famously said in this moon speech, we choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. And there's a fundamental point in the human spirit where you decided, what kind of person are you? Fundamentally, are you choosing the easy route or are you choosing the hard route because you believe in something greater than yourself and you choose to provide blood, sweat, and tears in the pursuit of that thing that you believe in? And I think that's such a fundamental quality of being human. It's such a fundamental quality of defining where you go in your life that we must not let that spark die out. And so my commitment is to be a part of the people in this world who believe in carrying that torch and not letting that light go out and fighting for it. And so I want to use this campaign as a way of inspiring us to mobilize, dare to be great in the sense of realizing you will never be ready. You've just got to go. It's in action. It's in doing. It's in taking the moment, leaping now, acting in faith. Today we were just interviewing a man who's been in Malaysia for 24 years. He came to Malaysia because his mate called him up in the morning. 24 years ago in the afternoon, he jumped on a plane, right? And, you just got to make that leap. And that's something that we've lost today. We're too pre-planned about, I've got to get this certificate and do this thing. And it becomes so caught up in these trivial details. And we've lost that fire and that daring bravery that you can't capture in a video course that's online. You have to make that leap into action and to dare to do something great in the reality around you. So I feel, as you can see, extremely passionate about that.
You mentioned blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Well, let me go to Ivan first, right? So do you have any anecdotes from your own life that you can share where you have put your own blood, sweat, and tears? Because Jan is saying that's what's lacking today. right? And I believe everyone is doing it, probably not to the level that they can be doing it. So Adam, what's your story around?
Well, part of the experience, which I've encountered, was that there were many times where whatever I've learned, they were misaligned. So this comes from traditional part, in terms of the foundation of education itself. It goes to, because of the question, does it prepare us for the future? Does it really actually equip us with an essential skill set in order to thrive within the marketplace or the workplace itself? So part of my experience was that whatever that I undergo in terms of the learning itself didn't equip me. There was a sense of misalignment there. That's where I got to relearn again. Or in other terms, that's where I kind of actually realized that it is lifelong learning. It is something where you got to adapt to the times. It is something where you got to progress. You got to figure it out. And how do we figure out is that we need to have the sense of openness to, go through the pain itself. So there were a number of numerous challenges in which I failed like miserably. Like for instance, we are currently running this podcast, right? Fantastic, exceptional. You guys are really good. You have the natural talent abilities, which a number of times I share with you guys. But previously, close to like 14 years ago when I first started working, I actually went through a lot of disasters where, I had to go through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Could you tell me one of the time where you had one such failure? What happened?
Oh yeah. So when I first started off in my career journey itself, I was given the assignment to actually conduct a lot of activities in the marketing space itself. The idea is that to increase the branding, increase the presence. And the first 5 events in which the team and I coordinated on, it was absolute disaster. Like we invited 40, 50 people, but only 3 showed up. And the 3, guess what? It was me and my other colleagues, 2 of us. So, and then the second round was like, hey, there's 5, 3 of us with 2 guests that came in, 2 more. This time, two more of our potential clientele that came in. And then the third and fourth, we increased as in the number of attendees. And within a few months, we actually organized a conference. Close to 400 people came, as in 450 guests. So the idea behind it is that I had to be open to face the music from both stakeholders, from the manager's side, and also have the sort of thick skin in front. Like, yes, it is embarrassing. Can't run away from that. But at the same time, we live and learn. So a lot of blood, sweat, and tears during that time. Mostly tears, if you would ask me. Like, after everything was done, I just hit home and wanted to...
Tears of frustration, happiness, relief, everything.
Prior to the failure, it's like tears of, like failure and stuff. And then once it's all done, it's like tears of joy.
Interesting. Well, I can't imagine either having tears of failure, but interesting.
Yeah.
And Jan, what would be your where did you shed blood, sweat, and tears in your pursuit of excellence?
I was remembering actually when I was in ISEC, the student organization which helps university students learn about leadership skills and go work abroad. And I was one of the founders of ISEC Cambodia. And that was just pure passion. That was moving to Cambodia in 2008 under very adverse circumstances and having literally nothing. Like, literally imagine just moving to Cambodia right now, having never been to Cambodia with that kind of resource and saying, set up Leadapreneur there. At the age of 24, 3, it was extremely difficult. And by God, I just worked my ass off. I remember I used to, because we didn't have enough funding to pay for ourselves. So I got a job. This is a true story. I got a job in a French chocolate shop to teach them about sales and how to do sales training. So my 9 till 10, I was teaching how to do sales training. Then I was a university lecturer teaching English, and I'm just terrible at grammar. So I don't know who learned more, me or the kids, but we went through that powerful experience. And then I was teaching English to sort of expats, right? So often, maybe sometimes someone's moved there and his wife is looking for English lessons because they were from Russia, for example. So I do those 3 jobs, and then it'd get to like 2 p.m. and then I start trying to do ISEC.
And how much were you earning with those 3 jobs?
At those 3 jobs, It was actually pretty good. You know, we were putting in, I can't remember. It would have been a couple of $100 over, so let's say maybe $1,000 in a month. I don't know, but
That's quite good at that time.
but we had to get there. I think is also first point. There were some points we honestly made it through in like $1 a day. I mean, obviously, yes, I have a lot of resources, but we actually really did only maybe about 6 weeks spend $1 a day and living through that. And of course, like why? I remember one of the team members had given up, you know, very lucrative graduate job to work in a bank in London, right? So you're giving up a £60,000 a year annual salary. Now you're in Cambodia surviving on $1 a day.
What?
Yeah, exactly, right? And we just believed in Isaac and its vision of peace and fulfillment for humankind's potential. And I just really sincerely, fundamentally believe in that approach. And I was willing to dedicate all that I could to bring that to it. And I think there's also an element of thriving in adversity. I think there's something about being in the ring, being in the arena, where you just got to get down and dirty and you just got to fight, and that's it. Once you're in it, you got to go out and win it. I think that's really the approach. And so that's also interesting, where sometimes I think it's about throwing myself into such a difficult challenge that I must spill blood, sweat, and tears as the only way forward. And that's an element of taking that leap of faith to dare to be great. I found that super critical. You have to find something you believe in so passionately, you just make the irrational leap, right? Nobody at the time was saying, oh yeah, that's a great idea, right? None of my parents, none of my family, no one else was like, why are you moving to, where's Cambodia, right? What? And this was 2008. I mean, they only started to get ATMs in 2003. People only stopped dying from the genocide in the late 90s. I mean, it was really raw, super raw. And yet just a life-changing experience, and something that fundamentally changed me to such an extent that energy, I think, gave me the ability to move on to do something like Leadapreneur. Mm-hmm. I think Leadapreneur is the ultimate symbol for me of sacrifice, of blood, sweat, and tears, in the sense of what I endeavor to do with Leadapreneur is to find the science of success. A lot of research around leadership and what is presented is essentially distilled down to, we did a survey, we asked a bunch of CEOs, we did a bit of this, and this is what it says. It's not based in first principles. And what I wanted to do is, how can you find the science of leadership from a dynamics point of view? So that led me to go and research lots of different sciences. And it's kind of hard to describe. I met a physicist once who is now one of the leading quantum computing pioneers in Europe, based out of London. And so he kind of understood it, but there's something, it's going into the void. When you go out into the unknown unknowns, when you go far beyond what is known and you're truly lost. It's like, imagine going and explore and you get lost and you get truly lost and you're completely lost and you have no idea what's going on. In those moments where it's utterly terrifying because I don't know what even is going on, I'm trying to find the glimmers of possibility of building what would become Leadapreneur. And so there's this sense of duty and commitment over many years and faith that I would find this, because by no means was it natural. And to kind of give you an idea, what I believe was critical for Leadapreneur is mastering chaos theory, complexity science, things like cybernetics, system dynamics. You have to understand Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. You have to understand Jungian psychology. I think all these other elements. And so what that really brings up is this ability to understand that there are these things that had to be synthesized. And that was really, I think, the price that I paid. Although it's sometimes difficult to communicate it because it doesn't sound that, but I can assure you I bled my soul for it. And I think that's what puts us in a position now as Leadapreneur, where we have what we have. And one of the things I'm excited to do in the next few years is to expand why this science is like this and why it's driving that, because I think that's going to be really, really, really exciting.
Okay. Thank you, Jan, for sharing the deep history behind Leadapreneur.
Yeah.
But I also, now that you're moving towards the end, I also want to ask about the future. We are stepping into AI, and I know Leadapreneur is, we are equipping people with the skill set of being the age of AI. Mm-hmm. So, Arvind, what do you have to say about age of AI and Leadapreneur? I
do believe that we are heading towards the right direction. We are making a difference, and we will continuously do so, in the sense that we have identified a number of challenges and gaps in place where we'll come up with the solutions for it. In which, in this case, we are not just advocating the concept of AI to take over the entirety of work scope or even your roles or responsibilities. In fact, it is used as a manner of tool in order to complement you, in order for you to be better, get better, and figure things out along the way.
Okay. And what do you have to say about the future of AI?
I think for me, a leaderpreneur has become an AI-enabled innovator. I think it's really about seeing that as a first and foremost. You're AI-enabled, you're working on that level. And I think what I have been realizing is that in this age, ideas become trivial. The AI can create so many ideas so quickly, right? It's tapping into all human knowledge. And it sounds controversial, but just give it a go. ChatGPT, correctly prompted, can create brilliant ideas across a wide range of things. The problem is not the AI, the problem is, do you know how to prompt it? So on the assumption that ideas become trivial, the value lies in implementation even more. And I think what it really means in the age of AI is to own the value chain of ideation to implementation, the full stack, and being able to take it all the way through from having an initial idea or even finding a problem to it's implemented and delivering measurable ROI. Owning that, using perhaps agentic AI, co-pilots, things like that, that's where I see you want to be as a professional into this new age.
Well said, Jan. And I think we've had some great success last year with our clients where so many projects were built using AI as a tool.
Yes.
And then they were able to deliver over 100 same-dollar projects.
But last point, Hanaa, is what do you think about where we're going into the age of AI?
Exactly.
Well, for me, when I have to look back into where am I with Leadapreneur and why am I still here, it's because of the ability to always learning new things. And I think Jan has always sort of dropped us in the pool, and he has this phrase that says swim or sink or swim, right? And glad to be still swimming, but it's that ability that, we learn how to keep learning, as you said, right? The lifelong learning. I was a medical student, and then he came and he taught us about entrepreneurship, and so I went into entrepreneurship. And then when we started working together, I didn't even know how to edit a green screen. And then I picked up that skill, and we were doing yesterday when I was actually messaged, and then he did reply me, so I have to mention this over here. When I was listening to the music of the Warrior, and I was remembering my days of editing you in the green screen. I was like, at that time, that was our biggest problem. How do we video Jan? How do we get those videos out there to the people? And that was a big problem at the time. And now we have different sorts of problem, and it's still exciting. It's still an uphill, right? We're still going up and up. So, and then there's AI now. And the moment ChatGPT came out, Jan was like, everyone has to use it and make sure you're using it every day. And then till now, I think you want us to have that workspace of AI. So yeah, excited from day one and still excited and more.
Me too,
and
Hanaa.
I think people like me, leadapreneurs, are going to be those who do our courses, who are in our program, who are doing those projects. They have that same passion and that same spirit. And yeah, just looking to the future. Exciting future ahead.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, last word before we sign off is I just want to ask what's your favorite food, because I think you'll be very hungry the whole day we have lunch. So Ivan, what's your favorite food?
My next meal after this.
Which is
Actually, mutton biryani.
mutton biryani, right? Yeah, what's yours?
Damn, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Mutton biryani. You want to say mutton biryani?
You know what? Yeah. I love biryani, and I was like a bit snobby about mutton because, we don't really rate mutton back in Europe, but it's delicious. Done properly, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Nice.
Mine is, I don't know if you guys know about this nasi kandar pelita.
Oh, yes.
They came in Milan recently last year and have amazing tandoori chicken with naan. And I've been eating it. Last year I was eating it every day. And it's from time to time I'm still ordering it now, but it's amazing. Not spicy, perfect, soft chicken, soft naan. So that's what.
Okay, come on, guys. Time to cut this. Cut. We got to go. My can.
Thank you for joining for this session.
All right. So thank you for listening to us, guys, and keep tuned on with what's happening at Leadapreneur.